games. I'm gonna give you my takes. All right. What's up, scorers? Welcome back to the channel. Before we start, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. We want to keep boosting the channel, man. This is our second live show, and we want to talk about the games. We want to talk about trending topics. We want to talk about everything that's going on today in basketball. Last night was a short game last night. It was a short list of games last night. It wasn't a lot of games. But some games were definitely interesting. I'll say that. I mean, we was looking at. I'm thinking about the Knicks and the Bucks. Now, before we get into the actual game, I like what Giannis is doing. I was looking at the game yesterday. Giannis, he had 36 points. Most of his points was in the paint. He had about 3 or 4 shots that was at the free throw line and 1 3, right? Now, people gonna kill me for this, but I still have Giannis the #1 power forward of all time. And the reason why I have him before Tim Duncan didn't have to do what Giannis had to do to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't as versatile as Giannis. That's why, and I think he just had raw skill. Like, if I had to get a power forward, just think about it. I want my power forward playing like Giannis. Running the floor, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Like, Karl Anthony Towns was shook. Karl Anthony Towns didn't even score over 10 points last night. Like, every time I look up, like, I'm doing some work, I'm watching the game. Every time I look up, Karl Anthony Towns getting dunked on. Karl Anthony Towns getting blown by. And Karl Anthony Towns is the premier power forward. If I had to pick a power forward in his skill set, skill level, it would be Giannis. You talking about a guy who wants to play the power forward position. He wants to dominate inside. Pause. So I like him. I still have him #1. Y'all can, we can all agree to disagree, but I have Giannis #1. I have Giannis #1 in power forwards.
Before we move off of Giannis, did you see his Euro step?
I did see him travel. Like, he does travel a lot. I'm not saying that Giannis has the best footwork. He always had the best fundamentals. But if I had to pick a power forward who I know going to constantly put pressure, constantly grab rebounds, and be a dog in any setting, I got to trust Giannis before I can trust Tim Duncan.
But now, do you consider that a travel, though?
Yeah, it was a travel.
You consider that travel?
I mean, because he let the ball glide, then he picked it up with 2 hands, and then he took 3 steps after the 2 hands. It's literally, you can count it. You can count it. He literally took 3 steps at 2 hands. So for me, it's more so, it was definitely a travel. But I'm not saying that he's always fundamentally sound. I'm just talking about his force. I'm just talking about who he is. I'm just talking about who he is on the court, night in and night out. Then the game. I don't, the Knicks is always shaky to me, man. I always say that to people who like the Knicks. Like, y'all have spurts where y'all look good, but y'all don't have enough horses. Y'all don't have enough horses to actually get you guys over the hump. Jalen Brunson played well. Jalen Brunson hold the ball too long, in my opinion, but hey, he gets the job done. He gets y'all to the Eastern Conference Finals. He scored 36 points last night. But OG, Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns didn't score over 10 points. You can't have those games. And when you do have those games, that's what's going to happen. Y'all going to lose. Shemit, he had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. To me, if I was the opposing coach, I wouldn't worry too much about that. In fact, that's what I want, because those 16 points don't hurt you. Because he only had 3 rebounds and 1 assist to go with that. It was a 10-point game. Now, if he had 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, that can make a big difference in the game. That can make all the difference in the game. But Shemit doesn't hurt you. That 16 points that Shemit had didn't hurt you. I still think the Knicks don't have enough pieces. And I don't think they got enough salary cap to get it. Clarkson is an okay addition, but Clarkson is not going to give you that spark consistently off the bench. He hasn't been consistent in a long time. So the Knicks is still shaky to me. That's why I still got the Sixers ahead of them. I still think the Sixers will be ahead of the Knicks if they stay healthy this year. If they stay healthy this year, they keep the same momentum, I still think the Sixers will be ahead of the Knicks this year. I have the Sixers top in the East this year. Top three in the East. Now, let's move on to the Sixers. Now, before we get into Maxey, before we get into VJ and B, I want to talk about someone that no one is talking about for the Sixers. And it amazes me. Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is balling right now. Right now, VJ is getting a lot of attention. Maxey is getting a lot of attention. The day-to-day with Embiid is getting a lot of attention. But Kelly Oubre is very, very consistent right now. Kelly Oubre, he averages 17 points, 7 rebounds. He's shooting 94% from the free throw line, 45% from field, and 45% from three-point line, and 51% from the field. He's the ultimate glue guy right now. He's the ultimate small forward right now. He's the most consistent. Him and PJ Washington are my favorites for as far as the glue guys on the team. But Kelly Oubre is balling. VJ played really well last night. I can tell the way they let him push the ball up the court. Maxey let him bring it up, set up the plays. They really trust him. Either they're trusting him or allowing him to make whatever mistakes he needs to make now before they get to the playoffs. VJ definitely holding it down for the Sixers. Embiid played pretty well last night. Embiid had about 23 points. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, all in 23 minutes though. That's what you want out of Embiid. You don't need Embiid. You don't need Embiid playing more than 33 minutes a game. Because he's not, I can just tell the way he runs, his knees is hurting. I could tell the way how they don't have him down low too much because he don't have enough leg power to back anyone down. Not on a giving them 15 possessions in a game. He just don't have it. So I could tell the way they kind of reserving his body is the best way they should be doing it right now. And then of course, Maxey did what he needed to do. I think he had 39 points, 10 assists. I mean, I believe you're going to see a lot of that out of Maxey. Maxey needs to win some type of award this year. I don't know if it's the most improved. Depending on where the Sixers end, I'm not screaming MVP yet. Is he MVP? You think Maxey can be MVP this year? You think who thinks Maxey can be MVP this year?
I think if he can keep it up.
What does Tyrese Maxey need to do to be the MVP this year?
Philly gotta be top 3 in the East.
Mm-hmm.
He gotta average 30 to 33 points.
Damn, 33 points?
Yeah, cause
so he got to pull the Shea Gilgeous.
He has to.
Okay.
Because
I can see him doing that though. Right now they 4-0. I can the way Tyrese is playing, I can definitely see him staying around 30, 31 points, 30. The way they trusted him, it's like what I told you guys in the summer. If you build around Maxey, the Sixers going to be fine. I believe they just paid Embiid so much money. They just feel like, yo, we have to give Embiid the ball. We're paying him $60 million a year. We got to give him the basketball. But now they see him my way. They see him my way. I told you guys you're going to see him my way, Max. So I think if Maxey can average that, if he can average like 38 and 8, Maxey can get to the MVP candidate.
Do you think Maxey can carry the Sixers to a deep playoff run?
Yeah. I think the East is up for grabs. You got Indiana don't have Tyrese, right? I don't think the Knicks can actually do 2 seasons in a row with 6 strong guys. Like OG, I don't think they can do that again. I think when, as a former basketball player, I understand momentum. I understand it's hard to get to the Final Four, the championship 2 years in a row, especially when everyone figure you out. Same thing with, I don't see the hype with Orlando. I'll get to that in a second. The Bucks is going to be a little shaky, because here's the thing. The Sixers got some hungry guys. What's the one guy? The African kid. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, he was blocking a lot of shots yesterday. He played a really good game. Yeah, he from where you from, bro. He from where you from. So my young boy, he African and shit. So I'm messing with him a little bit. But it's gonna be hard for Giannis to kind of dominate down there if Embiid stays healthy. We still forgetting about Paul George, Jared McCain. We still forgetting about some guys that they got on the bench. Jared McCain averaged 20 points before he got injured last year. I don't know why people sleeping on the Sixers, but they're gonna wake up. They're gonna wake up. I'm just hoping they stay healthy. But shout out to those boys, man. You already know I'm from Philly. You already know my aspiration for them. So I definitely want to see the Sixers and the Eagles and both championships. If that happens, I'm moving back to Philly. I'm dead ass. I'm moving back to Philly, man. I watched Golden State last night. Golden State versus the Clippers. Now, let me tell you, Golden State, I think if you don't have Golden State in at least the Western Conference Finals, you sleep. If you don't have Golden State in at least the Western Conference Finals, you bugging right now. Because the way Golden State is playing, they're playing with so much maturity. They're playing very poised. Steph Curry, they beat the Clippers by 20. Steph Curry didn't even play the last 6 minutes of the game. He didn't even get up 15 over. I think he only shot 15 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they all know they role. They all want to play defense. Golden State is looking good. They just got to avoid injuries. They're going to be hard to beat. I don't see them beating OKC. I do see it being a dog fight with them and the Lakers when LeBron come back. Who else is up? It's going to be tough for Houston to get past them. I think it's going to be tough for Houston to get past them not because Golden State is better than Houston, just because Houston still needs to figure out their flow. They still need to figure out their point guard position. They still need to figure things out. I still think they're gonna have some trouble. But who else is in the West?
How about Denver? What you think about Denver?
I like Denver. I think that'd be a battle too. I think if you got Gordon doing what he's been doing lately, everyone in Denver just know they roll, man. They just know they roll, but they can be stopped, as you can see. If we was in the finals right now, and we had Golden State versus Denver right now, I'm gonna take Golden State because you got some tough guys down there. Jimmy Butler ain't having that, bro. Draymond is not having that. Then Horford, he not having that. Then who really running around with Steph Curry all night? Like who really running around with what's the young guy name with the hair? What's his name? White boy, left hand. Pazinski. I knew I just can't pronounce his name. Like these guys were looking to play, but Buddy, all these guys looking to play, so they're gonna be hard to beat in the West. So I like what I'm seeing out of Golden State. As long as they stay healthy, they can go far. Now with the Clippers is the Clippers is playing exactly how I thought they would play. I look like Kawhi Leonard lost a lot of weight. He didn't look like himself yesterday. James Harden played like he was James Harden of old. And that's about it. Everyone else is just streaky. You got Zubac. Zubac is good. I like him, but a lot of his offensive production depends on James Harden. It depends on when James Harden give him the basketball. And I think that's the hardest thing for Zubac because you really can't throw the ball down low and then he putting a lot of pressure on guys like a Draymond Green or Post who's down there. So the Clippers. The Clippers is probably going to end up where they were last year. I don't see them. I don't see them going far. They got too many older guys. They got too many young guys who really actually need to develop, but they can't because you got James Harden with the basketball. You got to give it to Kawhi Leonard, and then Bradley Beal still ain't into the lineup. So I think the Clippers going to be where they're going to be. What do you think about Charlotte? I watched some of that Charlotte game. Man, I don't even like covering Charlotte. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like covering Charlotte. For me, I see the Charlotte Hornets, and I just look at them and I say to myself, "Damn, you can tell they party a lot." Like I can tell that LaMelo, Bridges, they party a lot. I could tell they just down in North Carolina having a good old time, man. The people who watch Charlotte, like if you a guy or woman who watch the Charlotte Hornets, you only watching because you want to see what LaMelo do with the ball. You just watch it because you want to see LaMelo play with the basketball. Because you damn sure ain't watching to see if they win. You're not watching Charlotte Hornets to see if they win. They got no clear leader. You don't know who's the leader on the Charlotte team. You have no clue who's the leader on the Charlotte team. Before we go further, man, I see a lot of people in the chat over here. Make sure y'all, if y'all want a better vision, a better view, make sure y'all go to YouTube, Score Society on YouTube. What about Harden? We talked about Harden. I already said about Harden, man. Harden played well. If he stayed consistent, he'd be someone to bet on, to gamble on, I guess. But they need that whole team. They don't have no structure. There's just a bunch of older guys, not old guys, but older guys who've been in the league for a while. They don't have a championship pedigree though, and that's just that. But back to Charlotte. Charlotte had five players in double digits, which is good. But Miami had 7. And then they let Jaquez Jaquez, my bad. Jaquez Jaquez. Javi Jaquez, he dropped 28 off the bench. That's how good the NBA is, though. That's how good. Like, people try to sleep and pretend like the NBA is not that good. Like, think about this. Somebody coming off the bench at 28 points. 5 guys on the team had 7 guys on the team scored in double digits. 5 guys for the Charlotte Hornets scored in double digits. That's how good the NBA is. Don't give me the whole defense thing. It is hard to guard in the NBA. It is hard to guard in the NBA. You cannot. It's hard for a big man to always guard someone shooting a 3. Everyone can play. It's not the 90s. In the 90s, you knew everyone role. In fact, the game was even taught different in the 90s. I remember playing on a team when I didn't play in the 90s, but my coach was old school. And I remember playing on a team, and we was sitting on the other side. You know, we separate the guards from the bigs doing post move, the guards doing dribbling and shooting and passing. The game has changed now. I remember just doing post entries for like 5-10 minutes every practice because we had a big man on our team. And at that time, the big man role was dependent. He depended on everybody on the team to give him the basketball. So it's just hard to guard in the NBA if the big man can shoot threes, the big man can push the basketball up the court. That was all the games. That was all the games that I watched. I'm not one of those guys, man, who gonna cover things that I didn't watch. There was the games I watched last night. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about LaMelo. Let me know what y'all think where Maxey at. Let me know what y'all think, man.
What do you think about LaMelo Ball so
My man
far?
Reef, little bro Reef, what's good, baby? What's up?
What you think about LaMelo Ball so far? So far, he's been killing. Last night, he had about 20 points. So
I think the same thing I always thought about LaMelo Ball. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a winning player. I like I said it this on Monday. I think LaMelo Ball is a taller version of Jason Williams when he first entered the league. White chocolate. When Jason Williams calmed down, he got under Hubie Brown and started to understand the point guard position. Years later, he went on to Miami Heat and won a championship. I think he needs a coach to calm him down. That's what I feel about LaMelo. I think he's entertaining right now. I think, just thinking about it from a GM perspective, if I was a GM, you let LaMelo play like that for a while because it puts people in the seats. Let him play like that for a while. It put people in the seats. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like LaMelo, but he needs a coach and he needs a strong nucleus to actually become a better player.
Nah, he's been in the league for about 5-6 years now. When do you start putting pressure on him to start making playoff pushes, making the deep playoff runs?
The 5 years that he's been in the league, he's always injured. You know, when a player is injured, we're talking about LaMelo, by the way. When a player is injured, it stunts his development. You know, so I'm not going to put the whole 5 years on his back like he was just playing the whole time. But he definitely needs to. I just think they need some coaching. I think they need some strong defenders or whatnot. But I don't see LaMelo doing anything. Somebody said, "Can you talk skills versus talent?" Well, I think this, as far as talking skills versus talent, right? I think they intertwine. I think skills and talent intertwine, but you got to know the skills and the talent has to have structure. Right now, LaMelo doesn't have structure. He doesn't really have structure to his game. He doesn't have a direction. The Charlotte Hornets don't have a direction where they want to go. So I think the skills are great. I think he has the skills to do the things he's doing at this level. He has to have skills. The talent is tremendous, but he doesn't have no structure. And it's the same thing with Jason Williams. He has skills, but no structure. That's why the sack wasn't winning until Mike Bibby came. But before we go on, we want to talk about the games tonight. But
Before you also want to talk about Scottish Pro.
yeah, I'm about to say that. Make sure. Hey, by the way, we are sponsored, and we are sponsored by Scouters College. Make sure you guys tap in with Scouters College. Scouters College is a recruitment platform for high school athletes who are looking to not only get recruited, but get recruited by every coach in America at every level, from junior college all the way to Division I. Scouters College has partnered up with Babe Beverage to get 10 players for NIL deals. So if you are a player or your child is a really good player and they meet the criteria for an NIL deal, I highly suggest you go to scouterscollege.com, build your profile, upload your videos, and the rest is all in their hands. So make sure y'all go to Scouters College. Make sure you guys put your profile in there and put your video in there. And then every scout, every coach in America will be looking at you. Now, let's talk about the games tonight.
Real quick, someone in the chat there's two questions in the chat that I think are pretty good. So one question was, who's more skilled, LaMelo or Giannis? By Light Froze, he got Giannis. What's your opinion on that? Talking about skill here, though.
Skill, I would say Giannis. And the reason why I say, here's the thing. The reason why I say Giannis, because Giannis is limited because he's not shooting threes, but he's still finding a way. He's still finding a way to get buckets. He's still finding a way to get rebounds. He's still finding a way to get everybody involved. And it's also the production he puts on the court, like far as like putting pressure on the defense. LaMelo doesn't always do that. LaMelo will bail the defense out with shooting a long ball three. So I'm gonna say Giannis. I would say Giannis is more skilled than LaMelo right now. Not just because of like ball handling or anything, just because of the understanding of the game. I think having the IQ for the game and being able to impact the game, even if you're limited with skills for not shooting threes, that is a tremendous skill to have. That's tremendous skill to have. Who's the best team right now in your opinion? Well, I'm from Philly. I'm probably gonna go to Sixers. I'm probably gonna go to Sixers right now. I'm a little biased though, and only reason why I'm gonna go to Sixers because I see the upside though. I do see the upside. I see the way they're playing right now, and I see the pieces that they have that has not been utilized yet. Like the Paul George and Jared McCain's haven't came off the bench yet, and Joel Embiid is playing tremendous with limited minutes, and that's what you want. And then you obviously got VJ Edgecombe, who's the upcoming star. Tyrese Maxey is a star, and he's showing why he's a star. Guys is not talking about Kelly Oubre enough. Kelly Oubre's averaging 17 points. He's shooting 94% from the free throw line, 45% from three, and 51% from the field goal. So I like the Sixers right now. Sixers looking good. What you got?
Speaking of the Sixers, what do you think about Quentin Grimes? Past summer, I think he was looking for about $20 million a year.
I forgot about Grimes.
Yeah.
I like him too. That's what I'm saying. And Grimes can get hot one night. Grimes can go on the street. We seen that last year, right? That's what I'm saying. They deep. They got some young ballers and they got some hungry ballers. They've been hanging out in Philly. They like the Sixers. They hanging out in Philly right now. Those guys is actually like they let's go out. Let's go get a cheesesteak. Like they embracing the Philly culture. A lot of guys used to play for Philly and then go to New York. They go to New York on offseason. Now these dudes is playing up Simons or something like that. These dudes is playing down north. You know what I'm saying? They smoking hookah with the chicks down north. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like what Philly doing.
Now, if Maxey can get the Sixers to a conference finals or even finals, maybe not this year or sometime in the near future, would you consider getting a Maxey jersey?
All right, so he asking me would I consider getting a Maxey jersey, right? By the way, anybody have a beverage out there y'all want? I need somebody to help with the sponsorship. You know, y'all need someone to promote it. Let me know. He asked me about a Maxey jersey. He asked me what I buy a Maxey jersey. OKC is the best team in the NBA. Nah. I mean, they could be. They playing well, too. But I'm going to still go with the Sixers. I told you why I'm biased. But he asked me what I buy a Maxey jersey. And the reason why he asked me this is because I don't buy people jerseys. I just don't do it. I don't know why. I do know why. I just think we grown. I don't know, man. I just can't put the jersey on. But you know what? I'm going to put my ego aside. I'm getting back. I'm really into basketball these days, man. Like back in the day, I was, I still had a hooper mindset. Like I didn't want to wear nobody else's jersey unless they already retired and been proven. I never bought a LeBron jersey, but I'm an advocate for him all the time. Never bought a Jordan jersey. Like I can't think of any jersey I actually ever bought. I never actually bought a jersey in my life. No, I never bought a jersey in my life. Not even Allen Iverson. Nope, never bought a jersey in my life. But if Maxey, they gotta win a championship for me to get a jersey. Okay. Like if Maxey win a championship, if the Sixers win a championship, I get a jersey. I get a jersey for sure. So let's talk about the games tonight. So Houston played tonight. Houston played the Raptors. I watched the Raptors play a couple nights ago against the Mavs, and I'm not going to lie, this would be a good game for Houston. This would be a good game for Houston because this would give them an opportunity to get back on track. This is give them an opportunity to start to fill their roles and build some chemistry against a lesser team. The Raptors are a little sloppy. They got a lot of individual players. Like, Scotty Barnes is really good, but they don't have like a system. They just kind of throw it down there, throw the ball down to him, and he go to work. And then Ingram shoots some ill-advised shots at times. And then who else? R.J. Barrett. He's there some possessions and then he disappear for long periods of time. So I don't see the Raptors doing anything this year per usual. But so I think this is a good time for KD and those young boys to start building some chemistry. I actually watched the interview last night with KD and he was on a pivot. And the guys on the pivot was talking about, yo, why don't you take over the games? And he was just saying, like, he didn't like the dictatorship. He wanna let these guys get some chemistry in the beginning, and then later on it'd be times when he can start directing, saying, hey, go, you guys, you go over there and I'm gonna go to work. So I like that approach. I like that approach because KD is coming to a team that was winning. He's not coming to a losing team. He's on a team that was winning last year. They were second in the Western Conference, which is pretty strong. So you don't want to mess up the chemistry. You kind of want to ease your way in there, show why you're the leader, show why you are who you are, and then let everyone follow your lead from there. You don't want to come in with an ego, a chip on your shoulder, telling guys what to do and what not to do. So I think this is a good approach for KD. Raptors. Then next game we got. Wait a minute. Damn, my bad. What's the heck? Hold up, my bad. What's wrong with my jam? Next game, I can't even see it. Next game we have the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. I think now this is a perfect time. All you guys who hyping up Austin Reaves, like I'm hyping him up too, by the way. I want to see Austin Reaves ball out. This is another perfect game for Austin Reaves because I believe I can't see my notes here now. I don't know what happened to my notes, but it's just frozen. Oh, there it is. I believe Anthony Edwards is out. Anthony Edwards is out tonight. So this is a perfect. Luka is out tonight. So this is a perfect time for Reaves to should give us another good game. I mean, he had 51 points the other night. Can't freeze up now. I had somebody ask me in the gym today that what if LeBron James come back and Reaves averaged 17 points? And if that's the case, it's not LeBron's fault. Like it's Reaves. Like Reaves should already have a groove at this point. Like Reaves should have a groove. They should be respecting his game. So he shouldn't. I don't think he should minimize his game if LeBron comes in. LeBron know how to play basketball. I think LeBron's gonna come in and he's gonna embrace that. I think he's gonna embrace what Luka's doing. I think he's gonna embrace what Reaves is doing. I don't think he want to be the man on the team anymore. I think he wants to be a person who wins. I think he wants to be a part of a championship run. I think that's the case, but I don't think he needs to be the man right now. But Reaves got another opportunity to showcase what he's been working on over the summer. Now, Luka and Anthony Edwards is out tonight. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's too early in the season. You know, that's why a lot of NBA fans is getting fed up with the NBA because you got the two best players, arguably the two best players in the NBA right now, and they sitting out. This is a prime game. Like I don't know what the injury is, but I mean Luka's supposed to be back on November 3rd. I believe Anthony Edwards is supposed to be back November 15th. So it could be something serious for Anthony Edwards. But I hate to see these guys injured so early. And then you already had Michael Jordan last night. I saw on NBC where Michael Jordan was talking about the load management and how how he played. I believe he played 80 games in 11 seasons. I believe 11 seasons he played over 80 games. Or 80 games plus. So it doesn't look good when these young guys sit out early, but I'm assuming they are actually injured because Anthony Edwards' return time is November 15th. Boston Celtics and the Cavs is also playing tonight. I got Cavs winning that game. Boston Celtics, they just don't have. They still trying to figure it out, man. Like I said before on my Instagrams, TikTok. I don't think Pritchard should be starting. I don't think he should be a guy who's starting, not because he's not good enough, just because we need somebody. Well, not we. They need someone to come off the bench and be that spark plug. You putting Pritchard in there. He's playing against that first lineup guard. It makes it tough for him. He's shooting a lot of contested shots. I think he's still shooting 14% from three. He's not getting over 5-6 assists a game. They need Pritchard coming off the bench. I think if you put Anthony Simons in the starting lineup, he's taking his time. He's scoring 10, 12, 13 points, in between there. That's what you need. You don't really need another guy trying to score every single time. You got Derek White right there. You got Jaylen Brown. You need someone in the game that's going to set those guys up. I think Anthony Simons is looking to do that. You got a question?
Mm-hmm. So how much are you expecting out of Derek White and Jaylen Brown?
I'm expecting a lot out of Jaylen Brown. I'm expecting a lot out of Jaylen Brown because, and the reason why I'm expecting a lot out of Jaylen Brown is because they pay him $60 million a year. Like, Jason Tatum is out. Now he had a good game against Detroit Pistons. He had about 41 points. But he also passed the ball at the end of the game where he should have shot it and then threw the ball away. Like, those type of plays will show. That's where you show why you get paid the money you get paid. You know what I mean? Derek White, because he's an underdog, like, I don't really have any expectations for him. Like, I'm just happy to see him ball. But I do want him to hit. When he's not hot, I want him to get to the basket. I want to see him put more pressure on the defense and stop settling for the three. He's getting a lot of playing time. He's getting a lot of praises. I want to see him start to get to the basket. The next game for the night. Tonight, we got Detroit and Orlando. Shout out Detroit. I had somebody in here who is from Detroit. Shout out Detroit, man. Shout out Detroit. I have Detroit taking that one as well. I think Detroit can win that. I don't see the hype in Orlando. Like, everyone's saying, like, Orlando is going to be the number one in the East. I don't see the hype. I don't see the maturity. I don't think Bane really moves the needle. I like what's his name? No, for Orlando. Paolo Banchero. I like him. I like his game, but Vance Wagner, I think it's too inconsistent. Paolo, he plays well, but he still needs someone else on his team that's going to be consistent. The other guys are just not consistent enough. So I like.
You don't think Frost can be that for them?
Who?
You don't think Frost can be that secondary?
I mean, he can, but he's not consistent. That's why I don't see the hype with Orlando. I don't see why people hype Orlando up so much. What's up, big dog? D. Wilkes was good. That's why I don't see the hype. I keep calling him Pablo. I like Paulo. I like Paulo, but he needs some help. Atlanta versus Brooklyn. I'm not watching that game. I'm not watching that game. And I'll be real with you. It's just losing basketball. You know what I mean? If it's not winning culture, winning basketball, I'm just not watching it. I'm not really interested in it. And you call me what you want, casual, because I'm not watching every game. I hate when somebody in my comments and they say, "Oh, I watch every game. I see all the games." How? Some of these games come on at the same time. Some of these games ain't even worth your attention, and this is one of them. So, good luck to both of them. But I'm not watching that game. Sacramento versus the Bulls. I might watch this game. And the reason why I might watch this game is because the Bulls is 3-0. And I want to see why they 3-0. Because they beat some pretty decent teams. They beat the T-Wolves this year too. And they beat Detroit. So I want to see why the Bulls is actually 3-0. I want to see why they 3-0. So I'm going to watch this game. And I want to see some No, and I like Sacramento. I think Sacramento is another fun team, like the Charlotte Hornets. They're a fun team. You'll watch them because you want to see some of your favorite guys, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, obviously Russell Westbrook, Sabonis. I think they got a good core, but I don't know if they can put it all together. Malik Monk. I don't know if they can put it all together. They're fun to watch, but I do want to see why the Bulls is 3-0. How did they beat the T-Wolves and how did they beat Detroit? So I'm going to watch that game tonight. The Mavs versus the Pacers. Now, listen up, guys. Listen up. I told you guys Cooper Flag was going to average between 11 and 15. On the 15 side, if you get to 15, it's going to be because people are injured. The other night, he had 2 points. He had 2 points. I believe he's played over 28 minutes a game. I'm not saying he's not good, but I am saying you guys are hyping him up. You guys are hyping him up. You guys, I said that before. You guys are overhyping him. I believe he will become a better player over the years. I'm going to stand on saying he can be a Gordon Hayward. But this year, he's 11 to a 15-point guy, 5 to 6 rebounds, 5 to 6 assists. I don't expect a lot out of Cooper Flag. I saw that when he played against the Spurs first game. He didn't look like he knew where he fit in at. So I think he's going to have a good game tonight. AD is possibly be out. Is a game time decision. But the NBA does this at times. They do stuff like this, right? Like, so Cooper Flag is supposed to be their guy, right? Their number one pick. Right now, he's not showcasing his skills. So they're gonna sit AD out. Or AD ain't gonna play as much. Just so he has an opportunity to flourish, just so the people can get what they asking for. But I don't see Cooper Flag being the person y'all believe he can be until year 2 or 3. Another guy, like I talked about early on in the show, who's a great glue guy for the Dallas Mavericks, is P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington is a great glue guy for the Dallas Mavericks, man. And he's playing well. I believe he's averaging about 15 to 16 points. I think people underestimate him. I think people are underestimating P.J. Washington's contribution to the team. He got, he's grabbing about 7 rebounds a game. So I like him. I like him for the season. But if you was a betting man, you was a gambling man, I suggest that you probably bet on Cooper Flag shooting more shots than normal. Denver versus New Orleans tonight. That's another channel surf game. So when I say it's a channel surf game, I'm gonna click into it. I'm gonna watch it. If somebody make a good play, I'll keep the channel on that game. If the score is close, I keep the channel on it. But I got Denver walking away from that with a win. New Orleans needs DeJounte Murray back. When DeJounte Murray get back, then I can be more excited about it. But to be honest, I don't really see. I don't really see New Orleans pulling this one out. Pause. Utah versus Blazers. Now I'm gonna catch this game. I'm gonna catch this game around halftime. Utah versus the Blazers. I'm gonna watch it around halftime just because I want to see what the kid Ace Bailey does. I want to see what Ace Bailey does and how he plays. And I think that's the only reason why I'm gonna watch. Not for anyone to win or whatever, but Ace Bailey, he's an upcoming star. And I want to see what he does. The last game, Memphis versus Phoenix. Memphis versus Phoenix, another channel surf game. I really wanted to look and see how Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks play with, Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks play with Booker. But Jalen Green possibly not play tonight, and Dillon Brooks is out. So I'm not watching that game either, bro. I'm not watching all these bad games, bro. Like, some of these games, if I go on the channel and I actually see these guys balling and playing hard, yes, I'll stay tuned. But other than that, I'm not watching all these games. I'm not watching the bad games, bro. I got other things to do with my time. But man, let me check some of these. Let me check some guys in the chat here, man. VJ is way better than Cooper Flag. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I'm with you. Somebody said, oh shit. Somebody said VJ with his thank you. I can't for blessing 69, something like that. He said VJ is better than Cooper Flag. I agree. I think he is better than Cooper Flag. I think he's more ready than Cooper Flag. I think Cooper Flag will show signs, but VJ is definitely showing that he was worth the draft pick. Did I send you the did I send you the dude? I sent it. Let me see. All right, this part of the show, we like to talk about. We like to talk. Well, not talk, but we want to. We answer some of the questions that's in the comments. We answer some of the questions in the DM. Some of these guys, the guys who in my DMs and in the comments, they subscribe to the channel. So I gotta show them love. So this comes from my guy, Bo Slick. My guy Bo Slick says this. Let's see what he said.
My thing is, if Kobe is the closest thing to Jordan, which is greatness, right? Kobe is the closest thing to Jordan, but they got him down low as hell, but they say he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan. To greatness, though. It don't make sense.
So shout out Bo Slick, man. Shout out my man Bo Slick. So what he's saying is, if Kobe Bryant is the closest thing to Jordan, how is he ranked 11th and Steph Curry's ranked ahead of him? And I agree with him. I agree with him. I don't know where y'all how they making these lists. I don't know how they make it, but I don't know how you would put Steph Curry ahead of Kobe Bryant. And then there's also contradicting, if Kobe Bryant was the next thing to Michael Jordan, how is he in the 11th spot? Now, Kobe Bryant wasn't better than Michael Jordan, but not because he just wasn't a good player or he didn't match Michael Jordan's greatness, but just because of the steps that was taken to be great, right? So Jordan has his legacy where he won 6 rings as that lead guy. Kobe Bryant won 5 rings, but he wasn't the lead guy every time. That makes it challenging. Then for me, if it wasn't for Jordan, who would Kobe be? Who would he have modeled his game after at that point? And that's the only reason why I don't put Kobe Bryant ahead of Jordan. But Kobe Bryant did some amazing things on his own. Kobe Bryant has some amazing scoring records, some amazing stats. I mean, I think it was hard. I think it's harder to actually do the things he did with a guy like Shaq, who demanded the basketball and actually showed why he demanded the basketball. And Kobe was still able to get about 22 shots up a game. Still able to average 28, 29 points a game with Shaq in the lineup. So I will say Kobe Bryant is definitely, we're not going to put him ahead of Jordan, but he's definitely ahead of Steph Curry. He's definitely in my top 5. I have Bron, Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, and then Hakeem. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. They had a great roster around people. I bring that up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should Steph Curry be ahead of Kobe Bryant? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I have Kobe over Steph. All right, lastly, and I'm gonna make this a clip on Instagram because I saw Sports Illustrated put out LeBron James played better competition than Jordan. And my issue is this with Jordan fans. Y'all never want to have a real conversation. Like, let's put it on the table. Yes, Jordan won 6 rings, 1,000%. 10 scoring titles, 1,000%. But once you start talking about the competition level, everyone start, oh, well, he can't help when he was drafted. He can't help who he played against. Neither could Will. Neither could Kareem. But we always hold the competition against those guys. Why we can't hold the competition against Jordan? And then when you talk about the competition, they'll be like, oh, what about Clyde Drexler? He played in a Western Conference. Jordan played him twice a year. Name a time where Jordan in those six championships had 4 to 5 two guards or small forwards that averaged over 28 points. Name a time. Name a time. I can name Gilbert Arenas who averaged 29 points. I can name Allen Iverson who averaged 33 points. I can name a LeBron James who averaged 31 points. A D Wade who averaged 29 points. I can name Paul Pierce who averaged 27 points. That was all in 1 year. Go look it up. I believe it's 05, 06. That was all 1 year. Jordan never... See, the thing is, guys put a lot against LeBron because LeBron was actually challenged. Like, yeah, you can say, oh, yeah, you know, KD did this, but he also won over KD too. Oh, you know, Steph did this, but he also won over Steph too. You can't name a time Jordan played against the dynasty. You can't name a time when Jordan had to wake up 4 times out of the year for 6, 7 different teams. He had to play against a shooting guard or a small forward in his prime where that shooting guard averaged over 27 points a game. That wasn't there for Jordan. I mean, it takes nothing away from Jordan. I believe he was ahead of his time. But if you put Jordan in that 05, 06 season when all those guards averaged 29 points, 28 points, I don't think you look at him the same because he's getting challenged every night at that point. And when he got challenged by Allen Iverson was going right at him. When you get challenged, that's when you show up. LeBron has won a championship every time he got challenged. And other teams won too because it was just that competitive. It was that competitive. So I agree when they say LeBron played against better competition. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if I'm tripping. But nonetheless, that's our show for the day, man. How we do? How we do, E? 52 minutes. 52 minutes today. That's all we need. That's all we need. What y'all think, man? What y'all think? What you guys think about? Or what you think, E? What you think? You think Jordan played against better competition? No? Yeah, it's not fair. See, look, my guy about 25 years old. And here's my message to my 25-year-old. Or my guys who was born in the 90s. Please get out of the arguments about Jordan. Like, you only seen the hardwood classics. You only seen highlights. You only seen his best games. You didn't see the games when he didn't do too well. Like, I remember last year watching LeBron James play against the Bulls in April. He played against the Bulls in April. The Bulls wasn't even a playoff team. Why is they on national TV? See, Jordan didn't have to worry about that. Jordan didn't have to worry about playing a team that wasn't in the playoffs and being on national TV. That national TV game, LeBron turned the ball over, and what's the dude with the long hair name? What's his name for the Bulls? Right now? Yeah. What's his name? He was with the OKC. Josh Giddey. He stole the ball and hit that half court shot. And everybody kept saying, oh, look at LeBron, he turned the ball over. You know what I'm saying? Like, we seeing all LeBron's failures in real time. You don't see Michael Jordan. You don't see all Michael Jordan's failure in real time. And that's the difference. That's the difference. But that's another show, man. That's another show, Real Hooper Show, every Monday and Wednesday at 1:15. Make sure you guys tap in. Make sure you guys follow us on all platforms, Score Society. Make sure y'all cop some merch, Brainwash to Think Elite. And until next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society. That was a good one.